Ivory Way away. Fape about to come up. Citizen is ready. Let's Elope walks into gate number 10. Now waiting on Maharaja. Citizen's gone in. Dr. Grace is in position. The rider out of the saddle at the moment from Dr. Grace. He's in stall number 14. Now Al Maheb goes up on the outside of Rural Prince. Diego set with Magnolia Hall. Weekend Delight in a pink cap, the black cap on Shiva's Revenge, the stablemates. Waiting on Ivory Way to come into stall number 23. Other runners are ready, grooming on the inside. Stablemate to superimpose for a huge crowd. A race that stops the nation here in Australia, the Melbourne Cup. And the line is just about set. Ivory Way coming up. And Weekend Delight about to come up and complete the line for the Melbourne Cup. A capacity field of 24 to run. And Weekend Delight goes into line. And the field is ready for the Melbourne Cup for 1991. The line is good. They stand. Delight. They're off. Beautiful start on the Melbourne Cup. On the outside, Ivory Way bounced out quickly with Rashik and Al Maheb. Grooming began fairly on the inside. Sunshine Sally, the outsider, going up towards the lead from Lord Riveter. Further out is Maharaja, Tiakau Pearl, Citizen, Dr. Grace. From the outside, Moods going forward and travelling up now. Cool Credit towards the lead and Magnolia Hall out in the centre. Slowly but surely coming over now. Ivory Way is up running 4th and 5th on the outside when they settle down, and Let's Elope is just beyond midfield. At the 400 metre mark the first time, Sunshine Sally in front. Ivory Way has moved up now to be one off the fence. Second, Cool Credit third from Magnolia Hall. Rural Prince the Grey has gone up 4th on the outside. They're followed by Al Maheb Moods. Maharaja the fence, and Rashik is out 4 deep but travelling up to about 5th coming down the straight. A length and a half to Dr. Grace as they slow up in front, followed over on the inside by Shiva's Revenge. Tiakau Pearl superimpose about midfield in the centre from Lord Riveter. They're followed further back by Grooming over on the fence. Out 3 deep is Diego. They're followed further back by Alpha Bell. Let's Elope has got back in the field from Pontiac's Lass. Then Day Rizzy, followed by Citizen. Then further back in the field, the last 3, Weekend Delight, who's moved up on the outside of Just a Dancer, and Castletown last of all in the Melbourne Cup. 2,000 metres to go, and the leader Sunshine Sally. The outsider in front by a length and a half. Now Rashik, caught wide, has gone up second on the outside of the leader. A length into Rural Prince third, a half further back. Ivory Way's got into the box seat, running 4th on the Riverside. 2 then to Magnolia Hall. A length further back, Cool Credit. 2 lengths further back in the field then. Al Maheb on the outside of On the Fence Moods. 2 then to Dr. Grace. A length to Maharaja. A half further back, Tiakau Pearl. A length and a half, Shiva's Revenge. He's got superimposed on the outside of him. Then Grooming. Further back, Lord Rivener. Diego out 3 deep. A length and a half. Let's Elope. A fair way back, the favourite now on the outside of Alpha Bell from Nay Rizzy. Pontiac Lass starting a run from Citizen, and they're followed by Castletown at the 1400 metre mark. Weekend Delight second last, and Just a Dancer brings up the rear. They're into the back straight in the Melbourne Cup, and the leader is Sunshine Sally by a length to Rashik. Ivory Way is third, tucked in on the rail. A half for the back, Rural Prince running 4th. A length and a half to Cool Credit running 5th. They're followed by Magnolia, who's 1 wide and 6, 2 lengths into Moods. A length further back is Al Maheb. A couple of lengths further back, Dr. Grace. Maharaja at the 1,000 metre mark on the fence. A length further back, Diego. Tiakau Pearl, followed by Shiva's Revenge. Superimposed further back from Grooming, followed by Pontiac Lass. Castletown coming around the outside. Let's Elope is about 15 lengths from the lead with Lord Rivener. Then further back was Alpha Bell, followed by Pontiac Lass. Nay Rizzy, Just a Dancer second last. And Citizen is last of all in the Melbourne Cup with 700 to go. Nearing the home turn, they race in the Melbourne Cup. And over on the inside now, Ivory Way have got a glorious run up on the inside to hit the front from Rashik. Here's the mighty mare now. Let's Elope sweeping on them on the outside and superimposed from the pack with a great run. At the 300 metre mark, Let's Elope has raced up now to Ivory Way. And Al Maheb and Magnolia Hall superimposed. But the favourite has raced away in the Melbourne Cup. It's Let's Elope. This great mare has raced away from Ivory Way, superimposed, and then Magnolia Hall and Shiva's Revenge. But Let's Elope has won the Melbourne Cup. Let's Elope by 2 lengths. Baby Shiva's Revenge second, just in front of Magnolia Hall and superimposed. A gap in the field to Ivory Way. Rush Rashik. Then further back was Grooming, followed further back by Moods, and then Almaheb just at answer. Lord Revenant back behind them from Cool Credit, then Citizen, Dr. Grace, Tiakau Pearl, further back in the field, Alpha Bell, Diego, Castletown, Nayrizzi, back behind the field, Rule Prince from Maharaja, Pontiac Lass, further back in the field, and the last two in the Melbourne Cup would have been Weekend Delight, and last of all is Sunshine Sally. It's the favourites, Melbourne Cup, number 15. Number 15, the champion mare, Letzalope, has swept on the field at the 400-metre mark. With a barnstorming finish, Letzalope has raced away to win the Melbourne Cup. The judge has called for the photo, and number 9 has got up to run second. Sheba's Revenge. And number 12 has run third, Magnolia Hall. 15, 9 and 12. 15, 9 and 12 are the placings in the Melbourne Cup, and Bart Cummings has done it yet again.
That's his 9th. He is the Cup King. That is his 5th quinella in this race. And Brian Martin, your solitary pair of eyes, brought Australia a most graphic and accurate description. A fantastic race, won by the favourite, and the reception when Letzalope returns to scale will bring down the grandstand.
Letzalope has gone from a well back in the field, made a lightning move, and in the space of a couple of strides, this mighty mare has raced to the David Hayes trio, Almaheb, Rashik, Ivory Way, battling out the Melbourne Cup. But then with a crushing performance, Letzalope has just devoured those runners in front and has raced home to win the Melbourne Cup from number 9, Sheba's Revenge, which has stormed down the outside. The bolter, number 12, Magnolia Hall, has run third, and the grand fellow, Superimpose, emerging from the pack, has run officially 4th in the Melbourne Cup. And 5th in is Ivory Way, who got up on the inside when the leader started to drop before the home turn. And let's wait for Letzalope and the King, Stephen King, who has now won the Caulfield Cup, the Derby, the Melbourne Cup. He's 22 years of age today, Stephen. What an incredible performance by this young man. What a birthday present.
Oh, this is a magic moment, Brian. Stephen King, on his birthday, has won the Melbourne Cup at his 3rd ride in the race. And Bart Cummings, the quinella, he did it with Letzalope, the favourite, and the horse who had been under a fitness cloud all week, Sheba's Revenge, stormed home to give Bart his 5th quinella to add to his 9 wins. And Superimpose, this is what handicap racing is all about. With 60 kilos, he made a charge. He looked like he could figure in the finish. He was anchored only in the last few metres by his big race, but if there was an award for braveness today, surely it went to the top weight, Superimpose.
Well, look at the crowd reception here. A standing ovation for the favourite. The punters here in the stands, down on the lawns, are rising to their feet now to meet the champion mare. She surely is a champion. This marvellous mare, winner of the Caulfield and Melbourne Cup double, the first mare to do it since 1939. And listen to the ovation on the Cup winner. A great moment of the turf here in Australia. A great moment for the turf around the world, an historic moment. The first mare since 1939, the 9th time that Bart Cummings has won the Melbourne Cup. And Stephen King punching the air with his jockey's cap. How happy a man he'd be.
Stephen King leads the Melbourne Cup field back to scale. It's about a 400-metre walk. He's punching the air. He has doffed his skull cap. He will never forget the few seconds that this stroll on the Melbourne Cup winner Letzalope will take. And let's hail the King. 9 wins to Bart Cummings. He increases the record that he already holds in this Melbourne Cup. The crowd will erupt again as Stephen King, still wildly waving his cap to the crowd, brings Letzalope back to the mounting yard.
Okay, Roy Higgins is in the mounting yard now. He's there with the winning connections, and the last word from Roy was, I wonder if Bart can quinella the Cup again.
You're still a bit true to yourself. I certainly, I'm with Bart now, Brian. Bart, what a fantastic effort.
Yeah, quite
Very pleased with the result. It was terrific for everybody concerned.
You obviously had some other worrying moments going to the race with Shivers, and yet he's come out and he's run a fantastic race.
Mr. Burke's happy than I am. It's a good decision.
Have you ever had a horse train on for you better than Let's Elope going into this race?
Oh, I don't think so. No, they just went perfectly, Roy.
She looked absolutely magnificent before.
Yeah, she put in a usual good burst. That was good. She likes the dry ground, and it was a good result for everybody.
Now you're breaking your own records. When's it ever going to end?
Well, I suppose 2000 or so.
Congratulations, Bart.
Great moment. Thanks, Higgs. We'll come back with more in a moment. Let's have a look at the dividends for the Melbourne Cup. The favourite has won the Melbourne Cup. Let's Elope. Let's Elope taking the Melbourne Cup for 1991. What a mighty performance. Racing right away. $2.40 and $1.15. Number 9 is second, and that's Shiva's Revenge, ridden by Simon Marshall. Shane Dye, I should say. Simon, of course, took the ride, another ride in the race on Maharaja. And Shane Dye took the ride on Shiva's Revenge to pay $2.30. And number 12, Magnolia Hall, the outsider, at $10.70. So the total dividends on the Melbourne Cup are $2.40 and $1.15, $2.30 and $10.70. A Quinella of $16.35. The double, 14 and 15, $15.70. The extra double here in Melbourne, 2 and 15, $21.25. We're waiting on the Cup trifecta. It'll pay on 15, 9 and 12. 15, 9 and 12. We'll have that trifecta in a moment. The time for the race, 3:18.9. 3:18.9 for the Melbourne Cup. Outside and well outside the record of 3:16.3. And that's 2.6 outside the record. Sunshine Sally holds in the protest. And I believe this is the first protest ever, second against first, of the history of the race.